Yeah, thank you very much for the introduction. We had some more concrete solutions to discuss in the other presentations and more or less technical things. I'm a legal guy and I'm from the business. I'm, as you can see, the Data Protection Officer of Deutsche Telekom Group. And why am I here to talk to you, to speak to you? We are not only doing telecommunication services in some areas of the world, we also offer new solutions in the e-health area, in smart meter area, big data solutions, cloud computing solutions, and also digital business. So this means we have some experience in the area of fulfillment of privacy requirements. And I'm also here to convince you, to tell you that you mustn't have much concerns about that what will come up to us, the new EU data protection regulation, because I am personally convinced that this is something we will be able to handle, especially the industry in Europe and the European citizens. And how does this help us in our further steps? Let me just take out some main points of the discussions we have at the moment. Let's start more or less with the challenges. It's on the left side, the third box from below. It's privacy by design and privacy by default. Of course, this is something that might arise some costs in our companies, but if you think it the whole way along, you can say thinking about privacy right from the beginning on will help our business to build up proper solutions, as was mentioned before, that adhere to privacy requirements, and it will also help the citizens and the people, the customers, to use these solutions and to be sure that their data will be handled in a proper way. The same in the same direction goes on the other side, privacy impact assessment. This is a requirement that will force the implementation of privacy requirements in the companies. So this definitely costs the industry money, but this shouldn't be a big problem. Of course, we should all have recognized privacy as a risk management area already and should have already implemented processes and procedures that take into account the privacy and security requirements. For example, we have a procedure called privacy and security assessment, which is rolled out in all countries all over the world where Deutsche Telekom Group has subsidiaries, and it is already working, so we don't need to have this regulation to implement something like this, but it really will help us and also our customers that we can ensure to implement these privacy issues. Are there some other things, more positive things for the business? Of course, that we will have a regulation and not a directive anymore in the future. This means for international business models, this means for the internet, which is not bound by boundaries and by borders, that we will be able to base our solutions on one level of data protection and privacy all over Europe. At least we will start in Europe. Of course, this is a big market with more than 420 million people, but this might also be a solution for other countries all over the world. Another thing is that we will have the marketplace principle when the EU data protection regulation will come, means that companies from outside Europe, over the top player from wherever in the world, will have to stick to the European data protection regulation when they offer their services to the European citizens. This will help the citizens to rely on one law they know and to have a better position together with the business. It will also help the business in Europe, of course, to be more competitive in this really strong market. Another point is on the right hand below, you can see that is about certification. We will get some certification solutions, hopefully, with the EU data protection regulation that will help us to build standardized, was also already mentioned in a way, cloud solutions, that you can offer your cloud solutions as a company or can use cloud solutions by just checking if your service provider has the the relevant certificates, and procedure will be implemented in the EU data protection regulation that will ensure that all the auditors work on the same level of requirements in this area. We have another point which is above there, one-stop shop in the area of the supervisory authorities, which shall ensure that of course, we will have one regulation in the future, but do we have one opinion from the supervisory authorities? This is definitely not ensured, but there will be implemented some procedures called this one-stop shop that shall ensure that in the end, we will have one opinion for international business models. So you see, just picking out these few points, we have a lot of opportunities that will come along with the EU data protection regulation. It will not only hinder the business, but in addition to this, I can say it is, of course, a challenge to fulfill these legal requirements, because we also have to go along and to foster, to improve these data-driven models, but there are solutions on the way, and we work already with the solutions. These are the opportunities for business by privacy. We can see, of course, opportunities in our nearer field, which is like we have in Germany, email made in Germany, which by which we gain many additional customers who came to Deutsche Telekom and all the others who participate in these solutions. This, of course, doesn't make sense in the long run. We must have international solutions, but nevertheless, you see that we start with European ideas to push them into the market and hope that some others will also participate in these areas. And our experience really is that people more and more come to us and ask for privacy and security solutions. Even companies from outside Europe, meanwhile, come to us and ask for secure cloud solutions. Yeah. So this is a discussion, and this will help us. And I'm personally convinced that in the long run, all internet solutions will have no success if they don't get the trust of the customers. You all know that you are asked, meanwhile, when you're around with your mobile phone, if you allow them to send you push notifications. And this is nothing that comes out of the German or European law. This is something that comes out of the wishes and the concerns of the customers. All over the world, the people remark that the customers, if they get information and push mails and everything all time long, that they will no longer use these solutions we offer to them. So this means we have to go back to an adequate cooperation with the customers, and this is the only way to go there, and this is the way with privacy. Nevertheless, there are some things we would wish to have in addition to the regulation we have at the moment. One point is that there should be no double regulation. Everybody should know what is required, what is not required. This refers not only to the telecommunications sector, but also to other sectors. For example, maybe we should support pseudonymized and anonymized solutions. We should have some easement if we take more care than we need to do according to the law for the data of our customers. So if the data are pseudonymized, the risk is reduced for the customer. We should be allowed to do a little bit more with the data. We already have kind of solutions like this at least in the German law, and they found also their way in the current draft of the EU data protection regulation. Another point is transfer of data within company groups, which is not so relevant here. And another one is, and this is a personal issue, to make it easier for the companies, and this will lower the costs, that they shouldn't have to discuss everything with the supervisory authorities. In this area, it would help to support them in implementing the function of a data protection officer who is there and can directly, close to the business, give them advice how to solve this privacy and data protection problems. And there are many of them. We already heard this in the in the other speeches, so there's still some way to go. In the end, I would like to invite you to go along this way with us and to support the EU data protection regulation. You know, when this will come in 2014, hopefully we will still have a 2-year transition period, so it will be in effect in 2016 or 17, which is quite late, so would be happy to go this way with you together. Thank you for the moment.